So today I'm going to show you a couple of new tips in Arc Raiders that will definitely benefit you since the latest update. So in Arc Raiders' latest Hurricane update, you will have noticed that the storm does indeed take away damage at your shield. And if you use one of these old green ones here, the normal shield rechargers, it actually doesn't recharge your shield. As you can see down the bottom there, it doesn't recharge it. But if you use the Surge Shield Recharger, which is the blue one, it will indeed charge you up while you're in the storm. That is how you heal your shield while in the storm. So notice what's the difference about today's stash? Yup, prepping for the next raid on my phone. This app is super useful. I can sort my stash, check my loadouts, and plan my next run without being glued to my PC. Perfect for those tiny windows of free time while I'm on break, in bed, or even in the bathroom. It's no different from operating on a computer. Low latency and high quality. You won't feel any difference when tweaking your gear or stash. It's super simple to use. Basically just one tap to connect, no complicated setup, and it works across Windows, Mac, Android and iOS, and it's completely free while it's in early access. I think every raider should get this setup before hitting raids. They have so much time, keep your stash organized, and let you focus on actually raiding instead of fussing with gear. Click the link, grab Stardesk, and check your inventory anytime, anywhere. So for tip number 2, you will have noticed as well when I'm out in the storm, my character is glowing blue here. He's constantly... my shield is constantly being electrified. And this makes it very easy for other players to see me. Let me see if I can go spot another player here to show you. So as you see, look how easy it is to spot that guy. See how lit up he is? He's outside, he is super lit up. But if I just take my shield off, I can sneak around the map a lot more easier, a lot more quieter, and I will not be noticed as much as people with a shield on. And here we have with tip number 3. Seeing as the expedition is just around the corner, we have like another 1 day, 17 hours for me. But a little tip just before the expedition, in case you guys are about to do it. Make sure that ye are not completing your weather monitor system project. And the reason being is because if you fully complete this now, all the rewards will be wasted on the expedition. But if you wait until after the expedition, you can do this and then you'll end up getting all these rewards, which will benefit you that little bit more after wiping your character in the expedition. Same with the trophy display system. Make sure you're not doing that as well. Save that for after the wipe. And for tip number 4, seeing as we're on the topic of the old expedition, those of you who do a lot of PvP, and you should know that if you ever get killed by cheaters in Arc Raiders, you will indeed be sent your gear back by the devs. But you should let all your gear build up, and once you open it after the expedition, you'll have all that free gear for yourself after the wipe, benefiting you that little bit extra once again. So on to tip number 5. With the latest update, the devs actually have patched out the old snap hook tech where you used to be able to just snap onto something, roll back, put it into your safe pocket. But there actually is a new way to do this. That is simply how you do the new snap hook tech in Arc Raiders. So how this works is, all you got to do is when you are about to snap, just after you snap hook, press the number 1, roll back, and then drag it in the way you would. So pressing the number 1 for some reason blocks out the patch that they done and allows you to do that old tech with the snap hook. And on to tip number 6, I'm going to show you a new feature that has been added into the game. This is a very good one. So, you know the spotters that do fly around the bombardiers? If you kill them, they actually drop an item that's called the spotter relay. Now, you used to be able to do nothing with these. They were only used for crafting, but now you can actually use them, okay? You can actually use these. Here, run over this. Yo, run over that. Spotter relay. Come, run. See what you can do with that? So, let me explain what happens here. With that, when I put down the spotter relay, it locks onto other players. And what happens is the Ark will indeed attack that player that it is locking onto. So you can set up little traps with the spotter relay. Like I can set one up down here. And once that locks onto a player, if a player crosses by, that leaper will indeed attack the player that it's locked onto. Pretty cool new feature that has been added in. And for tip number 7, we also have a new feature that has been added in here. We have the pop triggers that are gotten off the pop. Now these are used to craft fireworks boxes. They can also be salvaged into crude explosives. But did you know they actually have a feature right now? You can actually put them in your quick use and you can use them. Okay, let's deploy it here and show you exactly what happens. And it will indeed go out there and explode. How cool is that? You can use it to attack other Ark or other raiders. So let's test this out again here just to show you what it's like. Put our pop trigger here into our quick use and let her loose. Not too bad. So on to tip number 8. This is a really good one for those who are struggling to get the cash or to get the craftables for the likes of your energy ammo. So you can indeed actually put that energy clip into your safe pocket and you can still use whatever energy weapon you have. And if you do indeed get killed, you will still have your energy ammo in there. So for tip number 9, when you are fighting against the new Ark, that are the comets, what you want to be doing here is you want to be waiting for them to open up like so. And then shooting the little center once they open up like that. That is the easiest way to kill the comets in Ark Raiders. Let them open up and shoot their weak spot when they're open. That way you'll be able to fully loot them and get the new comet igniter, which is used to craft up deadlines. So just while fighting, while I have a firefly here as well, the easiest way to kill these guys is wait for them to open up their canister. See that little yellow one? All you gotta do is shoot that little yellow canister. Saves you chipping away at their armor. So we have tip number 10, and this one kind of goes back to one of the earlier tips as well. We are on the Hurricane event here. Now there actually is an augment that you can be using on this event that's going to benefit you so much. And that is indeed the tactical MK3 defensive. So what this augment does is it allows shield rechargers to be used while running. But not only that, it gives you a free integrated shield recharger. So you don't have to waste any supplies on the old shield rechargers. And now there is a little bit of a cooldown on it, but once you pop it, get that shield popped off, by the time your shield goes down, it will be ready to be used once again. So the tactical MK3 defensive is definitely the best shield to be using right now in the Hurricane event. I would highly recommend using it. And on to tip number 11. This one might be a little bit obvious to some, but if you run perpendicular with the storm, you will indeed run a lot quicker than running into the storm. Just a little tip. Help you guys that have been struggling when you're in the storm trying to get around to certain locations. Run perpendicular with it, and also if you run away from it, you will indeed run twice as fast, and you can also get some good slide time in there as well. And on to tip number 11 in Ark Raiders. Make sure when you're on the Hurricane event that you have the right audio settings set up to give you a better chance of being able to hear exactly where them Hurricane caches are. So one of the audio settings I like to use is the night mode setting. Having this turned on will definitely benefit you in finding these Hurricane caches a lot more. And stereo headphones as well. Make sure it's not set to system default. Just make sure you have these small little things changed to give you that bit more of a benefit when searching for these Hurricane caches in Ark Raiders. And for tip number 12, this is the final one. I just want to show you one perk that you definitely should be using to help you during the hurricane event raids is the one Raider's Scrap. This one is indeed on survival, and it is when looting Raiders containers, you have a small chance of finding additional field crafted items. So when you loot up the hurricane caches, you will indeed get some extra little bit of loot in them caches. So that is indeed all for now. I should have one more video coming out before the big expedition on Tuesday. I'm pretty sure the expedition does start on Tuesday. Make sure you get signed up for that, guys, if you haven't already, as you will indeed get some more temporary buffs. 10% XP boost, 20% repair, 12% scrap materials, and you'll also get some new skins and extra skills to be able to use as well. So that is all for now. Stay safe out there, and I shall talk to you in the next one.